In the 20 years that I worked as a makeup artist, I often get asked, can you suggest me the best foundation or primer or powder or lipstick? I understand it can be confusing because we use so many products. So today I looked at all my makeup that I've used over the years and I said, if I were to pick one product in each category, what would I pick? And that's what I'm here to show you today, the best of the best that has worked for me over the years. And I've used a combination of both high-end as well as drugstore products. Let me know if you want a separate video only on drugstore products. I'll be happy to do it. But for now, I just wanted to pick one from each category. So I hope you'll enjoy this tutorial. Now, without further delay, let's begin. Let's start with primer, and I choose the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Perfecting Primer. This is a silicone-free primer. It has vitamin C to brighten your skin. It has green tea extract to diminish the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And it also has aloe vera gel, so it calms and soothes your skin. But I like to wear it because it smooths out my skin before I apply makeup and it keeps my makeup put throughout the day. That's all I need from a primer, and it does both. And best of all, it's silicone-free. For eye cream, it has to be the Tatcha Silk Peony Melting Eye Cream. The products that I'll be showcasing today are products that I've repeatedly used on my videos and in person, so I keep reaching out to the same products over and over again for the simple reason that these are my favorites. I have super sensitive and watery eyes, so Silk Peony is the only one that works under my eyes. And to prep my lips, it has to be the Milani Rose Lip Balm. Again, this is something that I use over and over again. It's highly moisturizing and it gives you that really soft rose tint to your lips. Sometimes I just wear this and get out of the house. I don't even use a lipstick. Next comes the High Fidelity Color Corrector by Exa, and I'm using the shade Peach. For the longest time, I used to use the Coastal Scents Color Corrector, which is no longer available because the company closed down. And the closest match that I found to that is this Exa product. It has the right consistency and thickness. It goes on really well on the skin, and it's very blendable as well without creasing. And it comes in 4 different shades of peach and orange, so deeper skin tones can use a more deeper shade and lighter skin tones can use a lighter peach shade. And as you can see, it blends right in and neutralizes all of my dark circles and dark spots and patches. And now for foundation, one of my favorite categories, and for me, it's got to be the Too Faced Born This Way Matte 24-Hour Foundation in the shade Praline. And for reference, I'm an NC40 with MAC. Although it reads matte on it, it's a demi-matte. Mattes are usually perfect on oily skin or normal skin. I have super dry skin and I still use this. It's oil-free, it's long-wearing, it gives you that natural demi-matte finish that keeps you looking flawless for a long time. It's a long-wearing foundation, so this is the one that I use mostly if I have an event or I have to keep my base on for a long time without many touch-ups. Then this is the one that I go for. This has a medium buildable coverage and you can see how beautifully it's going up on my skin. For concealer, this is such a personal choice, and many of you already know it's got to be the Milani Conceal and Perfect Long Wearing Concealer, and I'm using the shade 145, which is a true match to my skin tone. So why in the world do I like this concealer so much? I have several different reasons, but let's start with the fine lines under my eyes. I've tried every concealer from high-end to drugstore. This is the only one that doesn't crease on me. It gives me awesome coverage because I have dark circles. I need something thicker, and it doesn't crease and it stays put throughout the day. And when I set it with powder, it almost looks like I have a filter on my face. It blurs everything out and it looks absolutely flawless. And there's a few concealers that I've tried where I love the coverage, but they tend to irritate my eyes. Now this one, it gives me the coverage, it doesn't irritate my eyes, it doesn't crease, it stays put. And what else do you need from a concealer? It does everything for me. And for translucent powder, I've tried everything from Airspun to Laura Mercier, which was the most viral product of our times. But my favorite is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This, my friends, if you haven't tried it, it's a must try. It's very finely milled and it doesn't feel like anything on your skin. It doesn't cake up. And observe when I set my under eyes, a combination of this product and the Milani concealer, it almost looks all blurred out, smooth, soft, and it looks flawless. It helps in blotting out all the shine and keeps your makeup looking fresh throughout the day. If you especially have mature skin and you avoid using powders because you feel like they can cake up, then this is a must try. It gives you the coverage that you need. It sets your face without looking heavy or caking up. And for setting spray, it's got to be the Benefit Super Setter. The mist on this is so fine, so it doesn't spritz on your face. It goes as a very fine, smoky mist, so it spreads across evenly without washing off your makeup, basically. For eyebrows, I often reach out to Precisely My Brow from Benefit, and I'm using the shade 4. This is a fine tip, super pigmented brow pencil. Comes with a spoolie in the back, so it's very easy to brush your brow hair and then use the pencil and then brush it again to spread the product across evenly. And because this has such a fine tip, it's very easy to do hair-like strokes. Many of the pencils that have a fine tip are not super pigmented, but this one is. And with that, it's long wearing and waterproof. Of all the eyeshadow palettes that I use, two that I often reach out to are the Ofra Pro palette and the Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop. The Ofra palettes are super pigmented. These are the ones that I used to reach out to quite often when I used to do bridal makeup and I used to freelance. All you need is one dip with your brush and it goes on so beautifully on your eyes. It is super pigmented and it's super blendable. Those are the two main things that I look for in an eyeshadow. It has to be super pigmented and blendable. At the same time, again, it shouldn't irritate my eyes. I'm very light-handedly using that brown eyeshadow in my crease, and later I'm going to be using it in my lower lash line, smoking it out as well. And I slowly like to build up intensity by adding more eyeshadow, and I'm not even putting much effort. The shadow is doing all of the work for me. It almost looks like a cloud on my eye. It's so beautifully blended, the whole thing out. I'm using a deeper brown shade to deepen up the outer corner and the crease, and I'm also going to be using it in my lower lash line. This was the most requested eye makeup of all times on brides. It was a soft, smoky gold eye. They didn't really care much about the cut creases or something heavy. They just wanted something more elegant, and this is the same exact eye makeup that I used to do on my brides with the same exact palette. Now for that beautiful gold that will go on my lid with my finger and later blend out the edges with a brush. This is not a tacky gold, but instead it's almost like a bronzy gold, so it suits every skin tone. It's a soft metallic shade, and as you can see, it blends beautifully. And then I'm using this lighter shade to highlight my inner corner. And then we have the eyeliners. Hands down, it's got to be the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist pencil in my waterline, and when I want to do something more smoky with an eye pencil. This is a waterproof long wearing eye pencil, and sometimes I just use it in my upper waterline and it doesn't even transfer to my lower waterline. Before I apply the eyeliner, let's look at the second palette that I was talking about, which is the Sweet Talk by ColourPop. This palette again is super pigmented, but the main reason I reach out to this palette is because of this one eyeshadow called Side to Side. This literally is the finest glitter that I've seen. It goes on so beautifully without looking chunky, and it's very comfortable, especially if you have folds or fine lines on your lids. Now for eyeliners, I love the eyeliner pens from House Labs. They go on really smooth, beautifully, and they're super pigmented and they dry out matte. I'm using a little bit of the black eyeshadow from the Ofra palette and smoking it out closer to my waterline in my lower lash line. I'm going to finish up with a coat of mascara, but before that I'm curling my lashes. And for mascara, I'm going to be using Lash Princess by Essence. This is a $5 drugstore mascara that performs better than many of the high-end mascaras that I've seen. And for lashes, many of you OGs would know this is my favorite, Brazen by Black Label. I'm very particular when it comes to lashes. I want something that's fluttery but is not heavy and doesn't weigh my hooded lids down. And this is the one for me. And can I tell you, the lashes that I'm using, I've used it for over 50 times. And every time I get the glue out and I reuse it, and it's come for a long time. While these lashes are so fluttery and so beautiful, they wing out and they're wispy, so you can still see through them and see the eye makeup. They don't hide anything, and here is the completed eye makeup look. Let me know what you think. I absolutely love this. Again, this is the same exact makeup that would go on brides, and they used to love it as well. It's so easy to turn this into an evening look from a morning look. It's subtle but sultry and just so versatile. You can wear it with any outfit. Now to contour my face, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit. There's a gray shadow in this. It's called Fawn, and this is the one that I use to contour my face. I've used so many different contour palettes and shades. This is the only one that is a close match to the shadows that I have on my face. And if you watched my previous video on how to contour face, you go over your shadows and you mimic your shadows and intensify them. This shade is perfect. If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to link it right after video in the end screen, so do check that out. It's super helpful. And I also like the banana powder in here. Really helps to brighten up, especially under the eyes. And for bronzer, I often reach out to Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. Again, this is a drugstore bronzer, but performs better than many of the high-end bronzers. Goes on beautifully. It gives you the right amount of sun-kissed look that you need on your face without looking harsh. For blushes, I love the Bare Minerals blushes. And one of my favorites is But First Coffee. It's super pigmented, has the right amount of rosy hues to it, and looks absolutely stunning. This is of course a powder blush. If you ask me for liquid blushes, my favorites are from Rare Beauty. They're super pigmented and blend beautifully. And for highlighters, it has to be Ofra for me. I haven't seen anything that goes on so beautifully. Today I'm going to be using the highlighter in Milk and Cookies. This was the Steph Tom's collab. If you're the kind who likes intense highlighters without it exaggerating the texture or pose on the face, then Ofra highlighters are the ones to choose. While they're super intense, the glow almost seems like it's coming from within. Lipstick was a hard one to choose, but I was just thinking about what do I use more often in person and on camera, and it again has to be Ofra Cosmetics. Today I'm going to be using the long-lasting liquid lipstick in Calle Ocho. These are so opaque, so pigmented, long-lasting, and they don't feel like plastic on the lips. They're very comfortable. And I'm going to top it off with my favorite lip gloss from Bare Minerals in Sincerity. These are the perfect balmy lip glosses. They don't feel heavy on the lips, and some of the lip glosses overflow from the lips. That doesn't happen with this one. And my friends, here is the completed look. How beautiful are my earrings? Big shout out to Christine Dominique for sending these over to me. These are from Miss Lola. I personally love the way this look came together, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried any of these products? Would you try any of these products? And if you do, please don't forget to tag me. My socials are listed down below in the description box. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Please don't forget to thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye, guys.